Hi YouTube, my name's Orlando, and today I'm going to make this video on a car that I fixed. I'm really excited, and hopefully this will help other people that have the same issue that I had. My daughter turned 16 and I've been showing her how to drive in dealer cars, but I shouldn't, because she's not on the insurance and I'm always worried like if something happens. So, and I'm a really big hybrid fan. So I registered this Prius in my name. I put her on the insurance. I put the wife on the insurance. Everybody's on the insurance. It's a really nice car. I really promote Priuses as the best cars in the world. I tell everybody that you can't beat a Prius, and it's true. You can't beat a Prius. And at least that's my opinion. I found out, and I was really sad to know that the third generation, not a lot, but every once in a while has an issue that sucks. Okay, I bought this with 160,000 miles, 160 something. I thought it was fine. I registered it, like I said. I drove it for like a week or two, showed my daughter how to drive, and every once in a while it would shudder, pretty bad. Engine light would come on, then it would go off, then the same thing, and it got a little bit worse and worse. So I scanned it. It was misfire cylinder 1 and loss of power. That's all it had, right? That's the codes it had. Misfire cylinder 1, loss of power. So if you have a Prius 2010 with misfire cylinder 1, loss of power, hopefully you don't have the problem I had. I had a bad head gasket. I changed the coil, I changed the plugs on cylinder 1. It's kind of complicated, not that bad, but you got to take the wipers out. And here's some of the stuff I use, which, by the way, I got to put back. And I got to put some more coolant in it. So one day I took it to the auction and I had no heat, and it's real cold here in Colorado Springs, so I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign. And from experience, I know when you don't have heat, you're usually low on coolant because it doesn't reach the inlet for the heater core. So I'm like, oh man, I hope that's not it. I was really frustrated. Here I am in my nice little Prius, sunroof, beautiful car. I love these cars. Okay, here we go. Let's start it up. Let's see if it shakes. Did you hear how nice that started? I don't know if you could tell, but it started up. It's wonderful. No shake, no nothing. For 2 days I've been driving it just to make sure I got it right. And I'm super happy because it hasn't shook once. It usually shakes a little bit every time it shuts off. In my specific case, which apparently is not as uncommon as I thought, the head gasket goes bad. Not the head. It's not an overheat situation. It's not that the head got warped or anything. It's that the gaskets on these things apparently aren't that good or whatever. So when the car shuts off, there's pressure in the system, 15, 16 pounds of pressure, whatever. A little bit of coolant will seep into cylinder 1. When it restarts, you know, these cars start and stop. When it restarts, there's coolant in the cylinder, so it can't burn it. So you'll have that misfire, and it shakes pretty bad. If you have a Prius and this is happening to you, you probably know what I'm talking about. It'll shake pretty bad, to the point where it'll even say it'll shut off sometimes, and then it'll say hybrid, check hybrid system, and you'll get the triangle of death, that little triangle on it. So I was hoping against hope, because I kind of knew, oh man, I think I got a bad head gasket. Once you're losing coolant and it's not going nowhere, you probably got a bad head gasket. Okay, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just a coil and a plug. But anyway, I fixed it with this thing called gasket. It's a real good stuff. It's not the right way to fix it. The ideal way to fix it is tear the motor apart and put a new head gasket on it. But I didn't know what to do at this point. And I don't know how to do that. I'm not a mechanic. I mean, I'm handy, but I'm not a mechanic. So I'm like, what do I do? I had a friend way back in the day, about 7 or 8 years ago, had a car lot in Florida. My car lot was in Florida. And he had a North Star. He had a Cadillac DeVille North Star. And those North Stars, I hate to say it if you have one, but they're really bad with head gaskets, because they're aluminum engines, aluminum blocks, and once they warp, forget it. You can't fix that. And he tried everything. He tried Blue Devil, and I kept telling him, you're wasting your money. Just take it to the auction and dump it. And he wouldn't. He kept trying and trying against all odds until he bought this stuff called Gasket. And believe me, I don't even know who these people are. They don't pay me to do this. I'm just really, really happy on the results I got. So I gotta let you guys know. So I bought some thermogasket way back when, and I moved here about 5 years ago, and I started my lot here. So I scoured about 3 days ago. I scoured my lot everywhere to see if I could find that thermogasket, and I found it. It's $99 a bottle, and it comes in 2 parts. They have different ones, but I bought the cheap one, the white bottle with it's kind of like a pink catalyst. So you put, anyway, to the best of my knowledge, you put the white bottle in first, and then you throw the catalyst in there. I didn't really follow any instructions. There weren't a lot of instructions. I did read online that when you use Blue Devil and stuff, you're not supposed to pour it in the reservoir, but these Priuses don't have a radiator cap. They just have the reservoir. That is the radiator cap. So I just threw it in there, and it worked out. So I'm going to show you how I did it real quick. And one last thing I got to show you. I do have the check engine light still on. I broke, when I was taking the thermostat out, I broke the knock sensor harness. And I'm going to show it to you right now. It's broken. So that's my only code right now. And I'm not even worried because it's running great. I just got to order the harness. I think I found it online. I think it's like $15. Or I could rig it and just put it, you know, tie it in like with butt connectors or something. I don't want to do it that way. I want to plug it in right. I've checked it yesterday, today. I drove it all day yesterday. I drove it today. Yesterday I went to the gym. I went everywhere with the car because I wanted to see if it was, and it was perfect. Perfect. It hasn't shuttered once. No codes have come up except obviously the knock sensor because I broke it. And that's about it. So I'm really, really happy. And again, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it or the ideal way to do it, but it's working great. I'm really, really happy. And this could be a fix, for a cheap fix for somebody with a, this is a $2,000, $3,000 job. We're talking tear the engine apart, take the head out, and many times they'll shave the head, whatever. They'll go crazy. When I fixed it with a bottle, mechanic in a can, which is kind of crazy. Again, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. I'm just really, really happy, and it seems to be really good stuff. And since my friend did it way back then in his North Star, and I couldn't believe it because North Stars are horrible, and he fixed it, I just couldn't believe it. I said, I'm going to try it. What am I going to lose? Okay, guys, I'm back. This is the Prius. I mean, this might work on any car. Should work on any car, but this is how I did it on my Prius, okay? Actually, I have the cap off. It was running without the cap. I'm going to fill it up with a little bit more coolant just to be safe. Okay, here, there's an air box that goes here. I had to take it off. And here's the thermostat. So all you got to do is remove these hoses with a, you can use a regular plier or a channel lock. You use a 10 long bolt, 10 long here. You need a 10 socket, a long socket down here. And back there, there's one on the other side, on the bottom of the rear, there's one that's really hard to get to. So I had to loosen this dipstick with a 14 bolt right here. So that's all you need. A channel lock, a 10 socket long, and a 14 socket. That's it. The only reason I did it is because I highly recommend removing the thermostat. Some people say you can do it without doing that, but I think that's a really nasty job to do it like that, because you're going to clog up that thermostat with whatever's going to clog up that seal. Whatever's going to seal that, it's going to seal that thermostat. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt because it's kind of uncomfortable to get to, but if you want to do it right, take the thermostat out. The thermostat is easy in this car because it has a housing and a spring. I took the spring out. I took all the insides of the spring and I left it at home of the thermostat out, and I put the spring back on. So when you put the spring back on, you have the housing and it just flows freely through, which is awesome. I still have it at home, so I could just take it out again, put it back in once I'm sure this is right. And it's been running for 2 days so far, great. I actually ran it for like an hour when I had the stuff in there. So anyway, here's where I broke the cable because I yanked on it. Here's where it goes. So I got to get this little connector here. And that's about it. You take off this with a channel lock. There's another one on the back down here. I don't know if you can see it with a channel lock. You take those two off. You take your thermostat out. You take these plugs out without breaking them like I did. And you take the housing out. The hardest part is that. The rest is super easy. If you come down here on the driver's side, down here, see these holes right here? If I stick my hand in, hold on, this hole right here, and go this way towards the front of the car, there's going to be a little butterfly cock that opens the it's really easy with your fingers. You can do it, and you open the drain for the radiator, you leave this open so it goes through, and so it breathes. And I do recommend you get a little catch can. It's probably $10 at or 15. I don't know how much it's worth. I have a few at the shop. So and that's it. I lifted it up. I jacked it up on this side a teeny bit so I can stick my catch can in there. I opened the little cock that I told you, and I opened this, and I just flushed it through. I turned it on. These cars start and stop, as you know, so I left it running because I wanted to. I left the heat on all the way up so the engine would keep running, trying to heat the cabin, because you want it to cycle and you want it to run. I didn't have any flush. I forgot to buy the flush, so I put baking soda and vinegar in there because I saw some guy did it on YouTube and he said it was real good stuff, and it did. It worked great, and I kept doing it, emptying my coolant reservoir and making sure that all was coming out was water in the end, just pure water. Once it was just water, I closed the cock on the bottom and I poured the stuff in there, the thermogasket. Again, I didn't read the instructions, so I just winged it. I hoped for the best. I threw the first part in there, and then I threw the catalyst in there, and that's it. And I let it run for about an hour. At that point, it was already not after like 20 minutes. It was already, every time it started and stopped, it wasn't skipping anymore. It wasn't shaking. This will shake violently when you only got 3 cylinders going. I opened the cock. I drained about 1.5 gallons, and then I put another gallon of straight coolant in there, not the 50-50, the straight one in there, so it mixes with the water I had, and that was it. Since then, I drove it. I've been driven it all day today, and I was going to try to mess with this today. I was going to just put it together without the connector, but that didn't work. But anyway, it's been running all day great, and hasn't been leaking, hasn't been nothing, no issues at all, no shudders, no shakes. I'm really, really happy. The only reason, again, that I have the check engine light on is because I messed up the knock sensor. I'm super happy. This is I just saved myself probably $2 grand or a headache taking this car to the auction, losing my rear end on it, just taking a beating on it or whatever. Now I'm going to drive the heck out of it. And if it's anything like what my buddy did with the North Star, he drove for like 3 months and then he sold it. And the guy was a buy here, pay here. So he had that guy, he saw that guy for like a year because the guy made payments. And the car was perfect. I couldn't even believe it, especially on a North Star. If you have the money and you want to do it right, tear it apart and put a head gasket in it. But if you want to save some money, this was 99 bucks. It was called Thermogasket. I think the company is RX Auto, rxauto.com, something like that. Or any other one of these sealers that seems to be good. I mean, read the recommendations. If they're good, just use it. I think the Blue Devil's like 60 bucks. I don't like the Blue Devil, but it might work. I didn't try. And they have a Blue Devil that's just pour in. I wouldn't do that one because you're going to mess up your thermostat. Just don't do the pour-in. Do it the right way. Take the thermostat out. It's a little bit more work. Now it's super easy because now if something happens and I need to flush it again, my thermostat's open right now. Working great. The heater still works. No shutter. Completely gone. I have no codes. The only reason I have that code is because I broke that, but that was my fault. And the guy on YouTube, he said, "Be careful because if you pull them, you're gonna break them." And I broke it. So anyway, I can't remember the guy, but thanks for the advice because he tells you how to get the same thing I told you, like that screw that's real hard to get to and stuff like that. Really, really easy. If I have to do this again, I can just open the cock, drain it, flush it, cock it again, pour some up, whatever. I mean, if I had to, and if I have to take the thermostat out again, I know how to do it this time. I'll be a little bit more careful, and that's about it. So super excited, super happy. Hopefully help some people that have a head gasket issue. Do some research, do it right. If you do it, flush it right. Whatever that agent is that sticks to the head or whatever they have in those bottles of thermogasket won't work if you have all that oily coolant in there. So flush it out real good, throw it in there with straight water, let it run. Hopefully it'll work for you. I'm a believer. It's not a car that I'm trying to sell on the lot, or I'm trying to, this is my car. It's registered in my name. This is my daughter's car. Okay? And it's going to run as long as it runs. And one day, fortunately for me, I own a car lot. So fortunately, one day it blows up or whatever happens, I'll just take it to the auction. But for now, I got a good running Prius, and I love it. Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys. Hope this helps some people with their problems, with their head gasket problems. And that's about it. Have a great day, and thanks for watching this video.